Here, we have what would now be available to the Utoti, the best cards in the game. And honestly, quite a few things that arrived have really caught my attention. Today I'm basically going to show you a trick or a bug, I don't know what you prefer to call it. And also in the store, there's a scam pack that you should not open for any reason in this world. First of all, here's what we have over here. These are the rival tickets. Obviously, you have to collect them every 7 days, every week. Because over here in what would be the yearly rivals, we're going to have some pretty juicy rewards depending on the number of matches we win. You can choose between the head-to-head attack mode or the face-to-face mode. I really recommend going with the head-to-head attack mode since it's faster. And in face-to-face mode, you're gonna run into players who focus a lot on crossing, meaning free play users, and avoid time wasters too. It may stress you out more, but if you excel in face-to-face interactions, proceed. But I do recommend head-to-head attack more, mainly because of what I'm about to tell you. The trick basically consists of lowering your overall rating, but keeping the team you use. All of this is so that matchmaking becomes much easier. What we need to do is add 7 very low overall rating substitutes so we can lower our average. To illustrate, we can sort by overall rating here. Using the filter to set the maximum overall rating for players is even more effective. 65, and that's it. Start listing all the players on the bench. We can see that the overall rating has already dropped to 128. Here it will drop even further to an overall rating of 125. And over here, we're going to add a third substitute to have an overall rating of 122. That's basically how we should do it. Since we've run out over here, now we're going to add players with a maximum overall rating of 67. We're going to hit search and keep adding. And you'll see how our average rating will go down. All of this is so that matchmaking is easier in head-to-head, but we still keep our same overpowered team. Now over here, we're going to hit on. In playing with a GRL of 66, we still have 2 more spots. We would put this GRL 67 here. And now we only have 1 spot left for an overall 66, which is going to be this one. Now we have our team, which would have an overall rating of 114. And now our matchmaking should be easier with this GRL. Let's see if this really works. Here we're going to hit play and let's see what can happen. We are GRL 114, and for now we've been matched against someone with 286,000 fans, 280,000 fans. I should clarify that I'll let him win because I don't like doing this. It's something I find a bit unethical. So yes, we're going to let ourselves lose. So I'm going to leave the match as soon as it loads, because if I don't, basically I'd be ruining the result for him. So for example, here we're going to be this one against a GRL 114, see? I mean, that's the overall rating that I have too. But I have the advantage of being able to get much stronger players. And with this, basically, I'd be taking advantage. I'll say it again, I'm going to let myself lose and leave the match because I don't think it's very ethical. We quit by leaving since you can't just exit. But anyway, so I'll leave the game. Or should I just give away own goals or something like that? But let's show something much more interesting. Let's remember that the trick we used earlier was going to help us get more rewards. How would it be with the Team of the Year tokens if we managed to get the 15 wins? And basically that's what the trick I showed you earlier is for. That way you can get more resources for this event. My opponent lost against the computer. Okay, let's ignore that. Here we have what would be 2 exchanges. The basic one, where over here we're going to be getting our players with overall rating 100, overall rating 99, and overall rating 98. Basically the ones used for this exchange. But what happens is that we have changes in this exchange. Because now we have ultimate Totti cards added here. Like Bellingham, Hernandez, Hakimi, and Eder Militao himself. However, we don't get to see the probabilities because I suppose they're very minimal. This isn't what matters to me or what I want to show you. What really matters to me is that now we can have 2 UTOTY players completely free. Let's remember that having 50 exchanges is totally possible as long as you had a certain number of exchanges up to today. For this, we had our UTOTY with 109 overall rating for free. But now they've added this new exchange, this new milestone where we can get a 110 overall rating also totally free to play. And remember that for this, we simply have to exchange 4 of these players, just like I'm about to do, and submit these players in this exchange, so that it counts toward the new milestones. Well, the new milestone, because in the previous one it was basically already counted. There we have our player, we complete the exchange, and as you can see, it already counts, both in milestone number 2 and in milestone number 1. So, in summary, we would end up getting 2 Ultimate Team of the Tournament Intercontinental players with overall rating 109 and overall rating 110 completely free. New offers or new packs have arrived in the Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association mobile store. And unfortunately, some are scams and even have visual bugs. Today I came across what this would be. This pack shows us that we can get a player as a possible reward. Ultimate Toddy with overall rating 110 or overall rating 109 and the usual stuff. The World Cup event players and icons or the team of the year with overall rating 107, etc., etc. If you go to more information, that is to the probabilities, are we going to run into this visual bug? Where it guarantees us that there is a 50% chance to get a 109 Ultimate Team of the Year and a 50% chance for a 110 GRL Ultimate Team of the Tournament Intercontinental. Unfortunately, I spent my Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association points on this offer, on this pack. And it's completely false. So it's a visual bug and I don't want you to fall for this. So, the odds are probably very distorted compared to what they really are. Just like what happens with the 2500 gem pack, which is basically the same, showing us odds that are completely fake because they're visually bugged. Because we see 50% on the GRL UTOTY 109 and the same with the GRL 110 UTOTY, so is this a visual bug? And don't be fooled by this, because the probability is very low. It's almost zero that you'll get a card. Ultimate UTOTY. And finally, the exchanges that we had seen previously. In what would be yesterday's live stream, where we're going to be seeing a group 112 UTOTY like Mbappe, Messi, Benzema, or De Bruyne. If you're really lucky, maybe Ronaldo or Maldini. It's clear that we are being asked for 4 UTOTY players from group 112. Is this a ripoff? And finally, if this is even, let's say, easier to complete. Because it asks you for 6 players, I mean easy in quotes, because it asks you for 6. Team of the Year players, watch out. From Team of the Year. They can also be from Team of the Year, but preferably from Team of the Year from GRL.
109 to 110.
Like Mbappe, like Jalantal 2. This is a ripoff, like Mbappe. Like Jalantal 2. This is a ripoff. But well, it's not as much of a ripoff as the one we saw before. That's it for today's video. Remember to subscribe and like. Goodbye.